Twisted my
Okay,
arm.
we should be
Ow, my arm.
live now. I'm just going to check LinkedIn to make sure, but it does say that we're live, so everything should be good on that end. Super exciting. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to everyone who may be logging in. I'm super excited to be cold calling with all of you, or well, just observing your cold calls, I guess. Elliot, can you introduce us in your beautiful announcer voice?
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Elliot Garcia from RevGenius to Reggie.ai, and here we have the wonderful, amazing Adriana Vidal. Thank you. And on the right hand corner, back with the Panther in the background, Jake Alba. And here we have
Amazing.
the wonderful Bengal fan fanatic Tim Miller. And now introducing the one and only Gavin Rattle.
Yay! Amazing. Thank you for that.
Let's just end it here. That's the good.
That's the whole live stream. Oh my gosh, awesome. Okay, well, I do want to kind of go one by one and just kind of introduce ourselves, tell everyone a little bit about just a little bit about yourself, about what you do, and about the company that you're calling for. My name is Adriana. I'm the community manager here at RevGenius. If you are not a part of RevGenius already, go to revgenius.com. We have free events every single week for people in sales, marketing, RevOps, and success, as well as a Slack community with over 30,000 technology professionals. So would love to see you in there. Elliot, I will let you introduce yourself first, since you're first on my screen.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elliot. I'm a senior SDR at Reggie.ai. Two things that we are very good at, and that's personalizing at scale and also increasing engagements. So it's like a Red Bull to your SCP. Happy to have a chat with you. Thank you so much, and I'm ready.
Awesome, Jake.
Man, I don't know how I got invited back, honestly, because I've been kind of slacking on these shows. But I even had to bow out of the live competition that you guys did, which I was super bummed. But I had some other appointments that I could not miss. So thank you for inviting me back. As always, I hail from Sandler Training, and yeah, we do a lot of things over there, from focusing on behaviors, helping people to map out processes that we know kind of just will have the same result if followed each time. And then we work with individuals from like SDRs to AEs all the way up to CEOs, and we help them with organization and processes and everything in between. So excited to be here. Thanks for having me. And I dabble in cold calling, which some of you might know as well. So I'm excited to make some dials today.
Awesome, Tim.
Hello, I'm Tim. I lead our SDR team at Rightbound. If you hate prospecting and researching in bad data, then you should take a look at Rightbound, because we do all the prospecting for you, learn what your best customer looks like, and then drop it directly into your outreach or sales loft so you can spend more time dialing and less time on Zoom Info, Sales Nav, and all those different types of tools. So that's what we do.
Awesome. And Gavin.
Hey, what's up? It's Gavin, back for the second time. SDR for Rattle, putting on for the crew. What we do is we integrate Salesforce to Slack or Microsoft Teams. So if you hate Salesforce, you know a guy, we can get you set up.
Awesome. So we're all going to kind of get started with our lists, with our calling. So just click new pod if you haven't already made a pod, and you guys will be in individual rooms, and I'll just kind of go back and forth, listen in on your conversations, maybe ask some audience questions about cold calling. But before you guys go, let's say the one objection that we hate responding to the most, and then you can go in your individual pod.
Okay, I guess I'll go. What is it you do again?
Nice.
Where are you calling from?
One that I feel like I have a hard time overcoming is them saying like, "Oh, this actually isn't in my department."
Mm,
I know that it's in their department.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, okay,
that one's tough.
catch you later. I'll see you on the demo.
For sure. Jake, what about you?
I don't know if I have one anymore. I think I'm immune to the nuances. But if I had to choose one, it would be like right after you explain what you've done, and they're just like, "Wait, who are you?" And you just like said, and you're like, "Okay, what's happening?
You're
What
just
did-
not listening to me at all.
Yeah,
Cool.
so that would have to be mine, I guess.
For sure. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, so I call on sales leaders,
Mhm.
and it really, really, really grinds my gears when I call a sales leader and they say either I don't take cold calls or I'm not interested right when I introduce myself. It's like,
Mm,
okay, so you're instructing a team to do cold calls and outbound, but you don't take cold calls. And I myself, as an SDR leader, am doing the cold calling. It's a
yeah,
whole complex that bothers me a lot.
for
So,
sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I wanna-
hopefully we don't get any of these today, but we'll see.
I want to track mine, and I want to double tap what Tim said.
Yeah.
That's super frustrating because I also call on sales leaders.
For sure.
Yep.
My least favorite was always like, where did you find my phone number? Like,
Oh.
sir.
It's
The yellow
2023.
pages.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here? I think we all know. All right, awesome. So let's go in our pods.
All right.
And I'll just listen in.
All right. Cool.
So I may join your pod if my list is really terrible since I made it 10 minutes ago. But if
Okay.
not, I'll just stick in my pod, okay?
For sure. Just
Hey.
let me know.
Hey, thanks. See ya.
Super excited to start listening in on all of their calls. So if you are watching today and you want to know anything about cold calling, about being an SDR, about sales development, just drop it in the comments on LinkedIn, and we will ask one of our cold callers to answer the questions for you. So we're gonna jump over to Tim's pod first.
Okay.
Hey, Tim.
Hello. I'm making sure that we're good here. All right. I'm gonna start dialing away and
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
go ahead.
I'm hoping that you're seeing and hearing what you need to.
Is it? Can
but I'm not
you
dialing yet.
hear anything on your side yet?
No, I haven't started dialing
Okay.
yet. Okay. Hopefully you hear something now.
Yeah, all good.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hey, I was looking for Charles.
I think you might have the wrong number.
I think you might be right. Apologies for that. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, bye-bye.
The prospect hung up.
Well, that's always a great start.
I would say a pretty average start.
On to the next one.
So
Can only go up
common.
from here.
Yeah.
Please leave your message for
Charles.
There he is. We got him. But we didn't get him, actually.
James, in the comments, I know you asked what platform are you using for group cold calling. Right now, everyone is using their individual dialers, but the platform that we're using to broadcast is called TeamFlow.
We use Nooks for what it's worth. Shout out Rohan.
Love Nex, for sure. They are awesome. Sandy
Very
Summers said, watch
high.
out for Tim.
Uh-oh. The Sandman is here.
Hey, Jasmine. I see you in the LinkedIn comments saying this is so awesome. It is so awesome that you're here watching.
Hi, you've reached Carly. I can't get to the phone right now, but leave a message and I'll get back to you.
All right.
All right, I'm going to bounce around to a few of the other rooms. Hey, Gavin.
Your kiss is on my list. Dun, dun.
I
Let me
really
tell you-
like that song is going to be stuck in my head for like 2 days now.
Oh, it's locked in.
Yeah.
I don't know how we still talking about it. I think Jake says about lists, and I was like,
Yeah.
So nothing much to catch up on over here. I accidentally called the guy that I cold called before.
Nice.
Hey, Brian, it's Gavin DeWitt. You got a minute?
Oh,
hey, Brian, it's Gavin DeWitt. You got a minute?
Sorry. Yep.
It's Gavin DeWitt. We can call a spade here because we're playing the same game, but it's a classic, good old-fashioned cold call. You got a minute?
I don't. I'm in the middle of our QBR, so thanks for the call.
Hey, no worries. I'll call you back next week. Dang, he hung up. Oh, buddy, he's still open. He's going to get called back.
Mm-hmm. Of course. So Leah asked, you leave messages normally, right? I think she was actually asking Tim because I was in his room. But if you could answer that, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So when I'm using a power dialer, which is Monster Connect, incredible platform. It's unreal. Have you ever used it before, Adriana?
I haven't used that one. I've used other dialers, but I don't think I've used Monster Connect.
It's crazy. It's so good. But when I'm using a dialer, I only leave voicemails when it's like a specific person who should be expecting, like I need to like identify who it is, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Alfredo says, love that opener about your call.
Thanks, Alfredo.
Oh, AP actually asked, what are your favorite openers?
Man, I love just being like a human. My go-to opener where I always say is like, hey, it's Gavin DeWitt. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Typically what I found out of that is like it sparks a lot of interest where they're like, oh, I feel like I should know you because you didn't say like I'm with a company or whatever. And it's worked pretty well for me. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it and a lot of people saying like, I feel like I should have known you off your opener. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, for sure. I love the like very short, simple openers. I feel like a lot of times like on LinkedIn, it's like there's so many options and some of them work super well for people. But I think it's really easy to like overcomplicate how you're opening your calls.
Yeah, for sure. Just make the dial, All right, I'm going to cold call this girl who said for me to call her today, but we'll see if she picks up.
Please leave your message for 61.
I'll leave a voicemail later. Don't want to plaster old Carrie's number out for the RevGenius community.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine the cold calls? Karen says, I've used Gavin's opener and have had so much success with it. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Oh, dude. Karen.
That's awesome.
She needs to come on the show. She's a monster cold caller.
For sure. Karen, I will be messaging you, cold messaging you to get you on this show. So just be ready for that.
Hey, Spencer, it's Gavin DeWitt. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Hey, so we can call a spade here. This is a good old-fashioned cold call. Figured it might make sense for us to chat or not. You got a minute?
Yeah, I literally have a minute, but go for it.
So last time we talked, Spencer, I'm calling for a company called Rattle. I know you guys were kind of like transferring to a channel sales model. Was wondering if that's still the vision and that's still, the motion moving forward.
Yeah, and I am also not a part of sales. I'm more in corporate development now, working with the investor community, etc.
Oh, nice. I bet that's a good change of pace.
Yeah, needed it.
Yeah, good deal, man. We'll won't take much of your time. Can't sell you a sandwich if you just ate lunch. So we'll catch you later.
I like that line. I will use that in the future.
Sounds good. Thanks, Spencer. Cheers.
All right, bye.
Those are the ones where like you just gotta make another dial. You can't really do anything there.
Edward says, I wonder if he can point you to the best person. Do you usually ask for referrals like when you run into calls like that, or it kind of depends?
It kind of depends. There, I probably could have asked, but with the way Rattle's structured, like the product itself, and even like the organization, we don't really play well with channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're moving to channel sales, then that's like they're not even a fit for us. Like not like we're not fit for them. They're just not a fit for us.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Alrighty, I'm gonna hop around to some of the other rooms, see what's going on there.
Oh, Elliot, say hey.
Hey, Elliot.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going good. How have your calls been so far?
2 wrong numbers and 1 objection handling. So
nice.
I know. We're dialing right now though. I'm gonna try a couple different ones right now in just a second. We're dialing. I'm dialing 2 numbers, so pretty good.
Are you sharing the tab audio? Because if it's like ringing, I don't think I can hear that on our end.
How do you do that?
So at the bottom of the screen, there should be like a little blue button that says share. So click that and then put share audio or share tab audio, and then select the tab itself.
Hi, Tim. Tim, can you hear me? Hey, Tim, this is Elliot from Reggie. Did I catch you in the middle of something? Hey, Tim, I'll be brief. I was just speaking with a lot of sales leaders like you who are running into 2 big challenges for their teams. And one of them is lack of engagement, and another one's difficulty personalizing at scale. So just curious if you're running into any of these, or maybe I'm just rambling. Okay. Yeah. I was just okay. I was just I will level with you, Tim. I speak with a lot of leaders like you all day, and let's just say you're doing better than some of your peers. So congrats. But let me fill you in on are you in charge of the sequences and sales messaging? Right. Yeah, and how's that been working out for you so far? No worries. Yeah, no, and I completely agree with you on that. And one thing that Reggie does is we create the cell sequences and personalizing at scale in seconds. So by leveraging the latest AI and market best practices, we sit on top of all your workflow for the go-to-market team to ensure that your customers hear the right messages, right? Like across all your channels, the deal cycles, and not to mention, Reggie speeds up the manual content creation by 75%. So I'm pretty sure you heard of like teams like AT&T, right? Like Okta, Crunchbase. They've seen incredible results. And so I think that you'd be impressed to show you some breakthroughs for yourself. What's a good time for you, Tim, so I could show you how Okta and AT&T have benefited from this? Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Anybody in particular that I could talk to? Hmm. Okay. Okay. And would it be okay if I could ask, just let them know, hey, I spoke briefly with Tim, and we were talking a little bit about the business, and mention your name, Brian Mass, that you're in charge of the tools, and love to show you how the personalization at scale is helping teams ramp up. Would that be okay? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. We actually plug alongside Outreach, which is phenomenal. We plug alongside them, and so it's like a Red Bull to your SEP, and not trying to change nothing, but you can only imagine how you can create a sequence and a cadence in like 5 minutes with your pain point, your value prop, your persona base, count base use case. So if you can just do that and then 3 months look at it and be like, hey, you know what? Let's get a little bit more relevant, or let's switch it up a little bit. You can do that too, because you can refresh it right on the spot. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate your time. Bye. It was a referral. It wasn't nothing crazy.
No, so in the chat,
I just did that and I found it.
Omer says, love the name drop. Personal, personal, personal. And I totally agree. Like, it really does add like a whole nother level when you can say, like, okay, like if you're not the right person, or if you're not really like feeling this conversation, like who else
Yeah.
specifically can I reach out to?
Yeah, and then also you want to create a sequence that'll be a referral sequence, and that way you can kind of talk a little bit about what you guys were talking about,
Mhm.
what's relevant, and and that way you can carry on from there. Hey, you mentioned that you guys are using Outreach. How are you guys creating the sequences? Do you guys use the same messaging across all channels? How do you differentiate from this, and this? And that way you don't have to compartmentalize. My Hispanic accent kicks in. Every single genre that
Mhm.
or you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
don't have to like generally one size fits all.
Mhm.
So
For sure. Great job,
all
Elliot.
right.
I'm
Trying.
gonna bounce around a little bit. Let's go check out and see what Tim is up to.
To
Mhm.
like I
Yeah.
can take a look, interested in seeing anything that got collateral wise, but yeah, we can have like some sort of non-committal thing, maybe like mid-Feb if you reach back out.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down for that. Is there generally like a good day or time of day where you'd be open to chatting through that, getting some ideas to you?
Yeah, let's see here. And the next few weeks are pretty slammed, man. We have PBRs right when we get back from SKL, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I know how it is, man. We just went through that this month with us.
Yeah, let's do. I mean, this is a while out, like a month out, like February the 24th. I'm pretty free.
Okay.
If you want to just put some time on the calendar, maybe
Okay.
like 15, 20 minutes, and I'm glad to take a look at kind of what y'all are doing.
Okay, perfect. I'll send over an invite for like mid-morning-ish. Looks like we're both on the East Coast. And what's your best email address to send that over to?
Yeah, just mac@dbtlabs.com.
Okay, perfect.
I'm busy from 10 to 10:30, so that's the only time that day.
Okay, cool. I'll send over an invite then for 11 o'clock. Hit accept just so I know you got it. And then I'll show you over. I'll send some more info over in the next coming weeks. I don't expect you to reply or to read it. That's totally fine. But just that way we'll be able to stay in touch and stay top of mind. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to let me know. If not, good luck closing out the quarter, and we'll look forward to talking here in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye. Bye. Ah, you missed it. You missed the
I'm
good
so
part.
sorry. I was on a call. Well, Elliot was on a call, so I was in there. Oh my gosh.
Did he book it?
No, he ended up getting like a referral to someone else.
Unacceptable.
So.
Then
I know.
You should have been
I
here.
think yours was the first meeting of today's call block. So congratulations.
Let's go. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna pause dialing for a second here, and it may be relevant for people watching or not. And if not, then apologies. But I'll do like my post demo, booking a call, like what goes on there. So right now, I'm typing a message to this guy Mac, who I just spoke with, booked a meeting with. I'm saying, hey Mac, very simple. Thanks for the conversation today. Good luck closing the quarter. Looking forward to sharing some ideas next month. So I got to send that. And then I also need to confirm the email address very quickly here once I pull up Chili, which I should have done before sending. But so I can share kind of how I booked it. So essentially, this is a guy who I just asked him 3 simple questions. Do you outbound? Yes, because we need to work with companies who outbound. Are you using outreach or sales off? Yes, they're using outreach. Cool. We work with outreach customers all the time. And then have you ever thought of a way where your team can stay in outreach all day and not have to go out and hunt for leads, but rather they're just fed right into their outreach? And he said, you mean like using a tool, not like Zoom Info or something? I was like, yeah, totally like that. We work with Zoom Info customers all the time, but yeah, you're right on track. He said, yep. I said, or he said, yeah, no, I mean, sounds good, essentially. Booked the meeting and went from there. So pretty simple call.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Tim, on the first meeting of the day. AP says, I love the immediate follow-up as well. And he also left a comment a few minutes ago saying, I'm liking how these convos sound natural, not pitch slappy. And I totally agree. Everyone calling is so great today.
Yeah. I think tone is huge. Like not going in and slapping people with pitches. Like no one likes that. I call on sales leaders and they expect it. So I think that when you're different, that will kind of make them lean in and want to listen more. So yeah, that's a good point. Just keeping it simple and not sounding salesy.
Awesome. I'll let you go back to dialing.
Cool. Just listen to this call to get one last thing here before I send the invite out.
I'm going to go check on Jake, actually.
Cool.
Over in public relations. I'm not even sure if you and I should have a conversation or not. So it's nothing urgent, but I think it may be important for us to connect. Call me on my direct. Actually, let me give you my cell phone, 801-694-7632. Thanks. What's up?
Hey, Jake. How is it going?
So I've connected with one person and they were not the right contact. So I went down the rabbit hole and I just called their CEO from the same company and one of their directors of sales. So we'll see if they get back to me. Yeah. But it was worth at least exploring what might happen, you know?
Yeah. For sure. I think so far Tim is in the lead with one meeting booked. That he just got. So I'm curious to see who catches up.
I'm hoping I can have some connections because then I can set some appointments.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try at least 20 to 30 calls. And if I'm just having zero luck, I may just come join you and just these people, or we'll tell them what they did good and where they sucked, and we'll just haze them a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
So let me try a call here, and we'll see what happens. So I actually am calling direct cell phones of people as well, so hoping that I can connect, and haven't had much luck yet. But here we go. Let's try another one. And this guy, if he answers, we'll say it's going to be a meeting booked. Okay. Can you hear that? Okay, I'm literally calling on my cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, leave me a message.
Yep, running into that a lot. So when you guys are connecting, or when you invite people on here, how many calls is the average that they make?
It really depends. I mean, we've had people have to call with their cell before. That happened to me on one episode because the dialer was just being crazy that day for some reason. So typically if it's like a cell phone or something, usually between 30 to 45 calls, it kind of depends. And then using a power dialer, usually around 100 to maybe 200 sometimes. And then I know Landon Hobbs was using a multi-dialer. So he was dialing 5 people at once. And I think he got to 600 or something that. Yeah. In an hour. So
I would be curious to see which ones work the best. Because I've used a few different options, but I'm still unsure.
Yeah. What do you like?
I like dialers if they work well, right? But I don't necessarily know if I like the multi-dialer because I feel like sometimes 2 people can pick up at once and then it hangs up on one. So you're like, oh, that could have been somebody that I could have connected with, and you call them back and they don't answer. So it could be a wasted opportunity. But then again, if you're just trying to get spray and pray, it's a really good tactic.
Yeah, for sure.
It really just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you just get bad lists and you're just vetting the information, then those are fantastic. But if you have very targeted lists and you're taking sniper shots with each call and you vetted those lists and they're going to answer, then I would say take your time.
Yeah.
So it just depends. It really depends. It's so situational.
Yeah. I do mostly agree though. I don't really like using the multi-dialers. I just feel like there's too much going on. At least with the power dialers, it still lets you call a lot of people in one day, but it's it's a lot easier to quickly open up their LinkedIn profile or something while you're dialing. The multi-dialers, it's sometimes there's just too much going on there.
Yeah, and it's good to do a little pre-call planning where you can, right? And even if it's a couple of seconds before they connect, pull up a little info, and then you have a lot more power when you connect with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Relate or make it actually something that they care about.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that. I'm winging it today, so. And that I know is not going to be a good fit. That's the manager of compliance. I don't even know why that number's in here. So let's try the next one. I know I want to get at least 4 sets, or else I'm going to just quit at life altogether. Okay, let's see if this person answers. Got to give the audience a show. I'm going to bore them to death with just calling somebody. And then you'll never invite me back.
Oh my gosh.
That's my biggest fear, actually.
Please leave your message for.
Okay, should I keep dialing this list that I don't know how good it's going to do, or should I join you and we haze the people?
I mean, if you want to jump around to different rooms, let's do it.
Okay, cool. I'm totally down.
Okay.
What are the rules? Are there any rules, or do we just do whatever we want?
Not really rules. I mean, don't go too crazy. This is a public live stream. But so like generally, behave. But no, I mean, we'll just bounce back and forth between Gavin, Elliot, and Tim. Just listen in on their calls, see what's going on. Who do you want to visit first?
Should I join your pod then, or you'll just bring me along?
So you'll just have to click into the same pod as me. So who do you want to visit first?
Who did you come from before me?
Tim.
Okay, let's go with somebody else besides Tim then.
Okay. Well,
You're the driver. I'll just follow you along, okay?
Okay.
Seconds. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
But this is the part where I break your heart, Gavin, because we already have Slack integrated to Salesforce.
No, listen, that's like whenever like you go to the dance and you see a pretty girl and you're like, oh man, I already have a date.
Yeah,
and then you see your date.
Pregnant.
No, but then you see your date and she's like, oh wow, like she's like breakdancing. You're like, man, I can't believe that I even would look at another girl. This is the plot twist that you were waiting for, Chad. And what I mean by that is the integration that you guys probably have from what we're hearing from other users who have used the native integration is that it just can't hold a candle to what Rattle does. It has deeper, the integration's deeper. So there's
look at you overcoming my objection.
Hey, I'm a salesperson, really baby. Come on, me and you, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to the dance together.
Where do you live? What part of the country are you in?
I live in Springfield, Missouri.
All right. And where'd you go to college?
I went to college at Iowa State and Maryville University of St. Louis.
Went to Maryville, St. Louis. Did you play lacrosse there? What did you do at Maryville?
I wrestled there, actually.
Okay, so I could tell. All right. So see how I'm picking you apart? I don't even know you. I don't have your LinkedIn. I'm in the car.
Chad,
I already know you're a college athlete.
Chad, let me propose something just a little unconventional. Are you ready for this?
Look at you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, how about I send you a 30-minute Zoom invite? You and I, we can dive into what Rattle is. And if you hate it, then what we can do is we can just become friends after that. Shake hands, move on. No skin off my back.
Yeah, but what do I get for my time back? My 30 minutes of lost productivity.
Chad, we're gonna be sharing a Zoom link together. What do you mean lost productivity?
I know, but you're gonna be puking on me a bunch of sales shit. I'm not gonna buy it, and so I've wasted 30 minutes talking to you, trying to sell me something versus me talking to people who buy my software.
Hey, Chad, I'll tell you what.
See what I'm saying? Every minute I talk to you, I'm losing a minute I should be doing what you're doing to one of my customers.
See, I feel you on that. What if there was a tool out there that could increase your win rates so you wouldn't be worried about that?
Well, there's no tool that's going to increase my win rate. My win rate is going to be increased by me. There might be a tool that gives me a better visibility of some sort of factor that might impact that. But your tool is not going to help me sell more software.
See, that's where I'd like to prove you wrong. I've been proving people wrong my entire life, and that's where I'd like to prove you wrong, Chad. You got 30 minutes next week?
Yeah. No.
Come on, Chad.
Who was your coach at Maryville?
Mike Denny.
Okay. Because my son's lacrosse coach 3 years ago was the head lacrosse coach at Maryville.
Was his name Chris?
This would have been. No, I knew you were going to ask me, and I fucking forgot his name. It was one of his club coaches. Then he went to Dartmouth and coached at Dartmouth after Maryville. What the shit was his name? Anyways, look, dude. So this has been fun. I'm at my appointment. However, what I'll tell you is, and this is where you got to learn is, you got to take a bunch of no's to hear a yes, which is what you've already learned. But you also have to know when to cut bait, right? So I have no buying authority over our systems. I am a sales executive in the company, okay? But I have zero pain around what you're trying to sell me. And therefore, I'm not going to spend any time championing you internally. So when you ask me if you're not the right person, who is, I'm going to spend zero time doing that.
I hear you on that.
So there's zero chance you're going to get a sell out of me. So
no worries.
Now is where we part as friends, and you get your 30 minutes back to somebody else who might actually buy some software. See what I did
sounds
for you?
Chad, that sounds great to me. Thanks so much for just this dandy of a
Yeah.
conversation.
Hey, keep at it, dude. Yeah, man. Hey, you got the right spirit. How old are you?
25.
Okay, 25. So you're a year or two out. Is this your first sales job?
No. I've been
Okay,
selling.
so
I've
you've
been
been in
selling
it a
for a
couple
while.
years.
Not compared.
Yeah,
not compared to
software
you.
is what I mean.
Oh, this is my second
Yeah, I got
job
23
in
years.
SaaS.
Okay, yeah, but you're inside banging out phones and all. That's where everybody learns. You're in the bullpen. You're on the practice squad. You're working your way up. You've got the DNA though. So most of the time when people call, especially when they're starting out, they can't put a fucking sentence together. And so you've already got all that licked. And so that's what college sports will do for you, is it'll teach you confidence and all that shit. So,
man.
keep it up, dude. You didn't get a sell out of me, but you got a fan. So keep it up.
That's better than a sale sometimes.
Yeah, man, you got it. Just be confident. Keep doing you, dude. You're going to move up. You'll be fine.
All right.
In
Cool.
5 years, you'll be managing a group.
All right, Chad. Thanks a million.
All right, bud.
Cheers.
All right, see ya. Yeah, bye.
You guys came into that conversation at such a weird point. He introed the call with saying, like, he said something about, like, I don't know who this is. He said something about, like, us falling in love. And I was like, what? I was like, listen, we can't even make eye contact. How do you know? Like, that was so, I just love conversation. I don't even know what to say about that. That was incredible.
That was a tough one. I would have given up long before you did, Gavin, quite honestly. Like,
well, I was hoping that he'd be like, oh man, this guy just won't take no for an answer. Of course I'll hop on the phone with him.
Yeah. I really thought that's what he was gonna say.
Same.
What was his business? Just curious.
See, it was weird because he's in channel sales. So it's like we don't really play well together. Anyways, I don't even know why. I tried to disqualify him right off the rip, but he kept coming back. And I was like, you want to talk. Like, I don't know if you're just talking to like warm up or what.
That's funny.
Joaquin on LinkedIn said, "Who is your manager, Gavin? Give him a raise."
Shout out to Akanksha and Mole.
Nice. We should all at them in the LinkedIn chat. Be like, by the way.
Oh, you're not getting a out of me, but keep up the good work, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That'd be funny if we had like everyone else on the show try and call him and sell him.
Oh my gosh.
To see what he likes.
If we get one, that'd be incredible. Jake, how'd your list go?
Dude, my list was not great, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna follow Adriana around, and we're gonna just haze people and be like, what did you do good? What did you suck at? And I can't give you anything you sucked at.
That's good.
But yeah, I think
that's okay. Dad did that very good job of that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the only thing I would do a little bit different is just like challenge him back a little bit and be like, yeah, this is probably not going to go anywhere. So I should probably end the call and see what he does. Cause he was trying to take control at the very end. Right.
I literally thought about saying like, hey, so like, if there's not a fit for either of us, then like, I'm just going to go, I'm just going to hang up. I even thought about like just pressing hang up. I was like, that guy's a human. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's go see what Elliot and Tim are up to. See if any of them.
That was awesome. That was so entertaining.
No, that was amazing.
Your next one's going to be a set for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Elliot.
Hey. No fish. 1 referral, 2 objection handling.
Elliot, make the next call. Make the next call. You got this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're going to get 1 call close.
I'm trying.
Watch and believe.
Let's see if Tim's on a call.
Okay.
I would love it. I would love to speak with you. Oh, I thought I heard. Oh, it's just my friends. Hello, friends. Just telling Eric I'd love to speak with him. I'm not so confident he wants to speak with me. Anyone else have any good connects so far?
We just got off a very interesting call with Gavin.
Okay.
He connected with someone who was difficult, hilarious, but pretty sassy. It was really tough.
Okay.
It's a pretty
It was
intense
awesome.
call. Yeah.
I kind of want to get that
Yeah,
guy's number and call him later.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Those people are the best. Where you're like, you hear a call and you're like, maybe I should call them and see if I can get them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they have their right number. You know that the contact info and their title is correct.
Mhm.
Might as well give it a try. And they pick up the phone. Yeah, I had someone who
been
said,
forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 9.
who said, "You're my third cold call saying the same exact thing I've heard." Angela?
Please
Can you
leave
hear
your
me?
message for
Oh, come on.
5 0.
What do they give that much of a pause for? What good does that do anyone? They said you're the third cold call I've gotten this hour, and you sound the exact same as all the other 3 SDRs. And I said, really? What? Who else is trying to sell you right now? And he told me. I was like, okay, well. Actually, before I could even get into the pitch, he said,
Hey, this is Annie. I think I'm with Ben right now. Please give me a call back later. Thank you for calling United BMW. Now
I'm
offering
not doing a phone
preferred
tree right now. I'm never gonna get through this story. He said, you know what? I'm not gonna give you a referral, and I don't care what you sell. And I said, okay, I'll take you off your list. Take you off my list. Sorry for bothering you. Just not gonna deal with someone who's like that. They're obviously not gonna take a meeting, so there's no point in me trying. And I'd rather get 15 more dials in rather than fight with him. And
You freaked Randy Coyle. I'm sorry I couldn't take your call.
you're not sorry. Don't be that guy who says you're sorry that I can't take your call when you're obviously never sorry. How many people are watching this right now? Do you have those numbers privy to you?
Right now on LinkedIn, 53 people.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go make some more dials and see if I can get a good one.
Thank you for calling the Knot and Wedding Wire. This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
That's far from the correct number. We do the Knot and Wedding Wire is not within our ICP. Speaking of, though.
Hello, it's Brad.
Hey, Brad, this is Tim Miller giving you a call from Rightbound. We've never met, and you didn't ask for a cold call this afternoon, but was wondering if you got like 2 minutes to hear a couple questions, see if there's a conversation worth having.
Yeah, I mean, you got the wrong guy. So I'm one of 5 directors here. So, but what do you guys do?
Yeah, so essentially, like, you know, the cat and mouse game of running searches on Sales Nav, Zoom Info, any tools like that, trying to find prospects, putting them in a sequence, reaching out, all that manual work before you can actually talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially what we do is we take away all of that. So our software at Rightbound, we learn what your ICP is and who you actually want to get in touch with, and we just bring them to you rather than you having to go out and find them. We bring you a verified email address and at least one mobile phone number, so you've got a better chance of getting in touch, and we can prioritize the leads based on intent data and a bunch of other things. So that's kind of what we do. Is there maybe a better person to reach out to, or should I go pound sand elsewhere?
No, I'm a sales guy too, so I get it, man. So you're just doing your job. But no, we have like 3 different systems that we utilize right now. So we're like 120, 140 sales reps across like 5 different sales points as far as the stuff that we're doing. So we have a couple different folks that we utilize right now in one of our main systems. So we're under contract, I know, for I think 3 years of that. We just started probably about a year ago. So
okay,
we're probably good for at least a couple, 3 years. But appreciate you reaching out, man.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Brad. I'll keep digging. Have a good rest of your Thursday.
Hey, thank you too.
The prospect hung up.
Thanks, Brad, for answering.
Yeah. So, again, just not a guy. If he's going to be like, I mean, he obviously is not going to give me a referral. I can keep digging and I can say, hey, I spoke with Brad, and a company that big, like they're probably not going to go talk to Brad and be like, hey, did you tell me to call them? Like, I don't think that's ever happened to me. So, yeah, I mean, it's no big deal for someone like that. I'm not going to keep pushing and pushing. Now, if that was a VP of sales, like someone really within my ICP, then I'm definitely going to keep digging and fighting with him on him. But that guy's not going to make any decisions, and he's probably not worth us meeting with him anyway. So it's like, I'll move on. But I tell you what, if there's any SDRs in the crowd or AEs or even sales leaders who are listening to this and say, man, what Rightbound does is really interesting, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to share more. And if you are like many other SDRs out there trying to book meetings and things are dry, I might be able to meet with you or point someone from my company in your direction and give you a referral. So I love SDRs. I've SDR'd my whole life. It sucks sometimes to be in a dry spell. So I'm always happy to help anyone out, which is kind of why I'm
Dylan
here.
Craig, and I'm unable to get to my phone right now. So
See?
just leave a message.
Unable to get to my phone. That's fine. That's a true factual statement. Don't say I'm sorry I missed your call when you're obviously not sorry.
Oh my
It's another pet
gosh.
peeve.
Hi, you've reached the phone of Kyle Lokar. I'm unavailable to take your call at this time. Please leave me a message.
Unavailable is fine. See, I would have loved to talk to that guy too. There's just some people you see on LinkedIn, you see their title, their company, their picture, and you're like, oh man, that guy looks like a nice person to talk to.
Yeah.
And he did. And his voice sounded nice too.
All right, I'm going to see what's up in the other pods. Hey again.
Hey, company went under, so.
Oh my gosh.
I know, so I'm still dialing.
Yeah. Those are rough. Or when you call and they're like, yeah, we just laid off like half of our people yesterday. And you're like, oh
Man,
my God.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm just like, you can just hang
up.
up on me now. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly, huh? So, I mean, what can you do? Yeah, I'm still dialing.
Calling certify. You can dial an extension at any time. For sales, press 1. For user and technical support, press.
Dialing is paused. Dialing.
Nothing. Yeah, I'm still trying.
I'm gonna go.
Anybody got a meeting yet?
Bit. I think right now it's still just him. He booked one meeting. Pretty
nice.
early. Yeah, I think that's
Nice.
the only meeting so far.
Okay.
So typically, like
that's exactly what it is.
No, for sure. Thanks for sharing that. That makes a lot of sense. And the reason why I asked that question was, although like what Rattle is it seems pretty simple and it helps with forecasting. It also helps deals get across the finish line a little bit quicker. And I can say that confidently because we've had customers, have from 15 to 35% increase in deal velocity. So I don't know if it'd be valuable to you at all from seeing that 131 go down to like 120 or maybe 115 or.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I understand the value of sales tech.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a incredibly crowded space. I mean, I take these calls all the time.
Yeah,
and I get the value when you have a team of size and scale.
Yeah,
or it's meaningful. I don't have that size of team, so to invest in tech when we just simply don't have the scale where the value driver is enough for me to worry about it. I got way lower hanging fruit. And believe me, any material deal that matters to this company, I know off the top of my head everything that's going on and we're talking about it. It's just not something that I need tech to do. If I had 100 reps, we'd be having a conversation. I don't.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, to be honest, like the deal that I've closed personally, and I'm an SDR, right? I'm pretty new in this role. So all the information you're giving me is really, really valuable and truly worth more to me than just a meeting. But what I'm hearing you say is you have a small team, which is kind of surprising because other sales leaders, right? And maybe you're just, the bee's knees. From what I'm hearing you say, that's what it sounds like. Like, I feel like you run a tight ship, which is honorable. But I've sold deals to people who don't even have sales reps, right? Like, they have just growth marketers, and what they use Rattle for is that. And like, we even have teams that have up to 1,000 users, right? So,
I mean, look, if I had a huge organization, I would have an entirely AI-driven forecasting tool that looked at activity and drew correlations based on algorithms and on self-learning and all. I mean, I'm very familiar with all that stuff. It's just not the situation I'm in here. We're too small.
Yeah.
We've got a very, a fairly basic operating rhythm, and, we're just, if we get to a point where these tools make sense, we pursue them. We're just not there.
yeah. So you have like 8, from what I hear you say, is like you have like 8 reps, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've got, a handful of direct reps. I've got some partner guys. I've got some customer success folks. Yep.
But you have like specifically under you, not even like partner people, people that are actually like selling off of, from stage 1 to stage close 1. Would you say it's about 5 or 6 reps?
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm.
And would it be valuable at all, Ted, if one of those reps could close 2 more deals a year, or maybe even each of those reps could close 1 more deal a year?
Sure, but I don't need technology to do that, man.
I hear you. I don't want to sell you a sandwich if you just ate lunch, but all I'm saying is other sales leaders see value in what Rattle's doing, and I'm not saying you don't see that at all. Like, I can hear in your voice.
I hear you. I'm not. What I'm not saying is your product doesn't add value in certain situations.
Yeah.
My situation is just not relevant.
I got you. Sounds good. Well, what I'll do is,
all right.
I'll follow up in 6 months. Maybe something will change then. But until then, be well. Thanks for taking my call and giving me some insight.
Yeah, no problem. Take care.
Cool.
Bye.
See ya.
Another tough one.
Yikes. That one made me sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
That one, you didn't even catch the first part of that call.
No.
Hey guys, I gotta go. It was fun hanging out with you, Adriana, and you, Gavin. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time. I gotta go to my next meeting, but guys, let's do this again.
Thank you so much for being here, Elliot. It was super awesome having you.
Thank you. All right. Later. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. I think we can all kind of head to the lobby. And then we'll just talk through like the calls. And if anyone booked any meetings. So I will see you in there.
Let's do it. Okay.
Hey Jake. We're gonna meet all in the lobby again. Just to wrap up.
Cool. I'm just sending this appointment I got set. So I got one.
Nice. Yeah. Amazing.
I'm glad I went back to make a few more calls because it was a decent conversation. So cool. All right. I'll join you guys in the main group.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay. Thanks.
Nice. That's what we're talking about. Vinny. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Excellent work. Oh, I hear noises. Hello.
What's up? Sorry, that's me typing away.
Just had just another strong call. What can I say? I got a referral out of it, and
awesome.
I'm a happy camper. He seemed interested. He was head of sales, and then he's now a strategic advisor as of this month. And I gave him the pitch real quick. I said, look, this cat and mouse game of prospecting is stupid. It doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Stop putting your reps on Zoom info. Stop getting them on Sales Nav and all these different tools. Those tools are great, by the way. We use them as well. But let the majority of their work done by a software. They learn what your customer looks like. Gavin's in for this. He loves it. Gavin would love it if he had a software that just sourced prospects that are relevant to him, brought him an email address, multiple phone numbers, and he's just dialing in Salesoft outreach every day. Vinny liked it, and he gave me a referral. So it's just that easy.
Awesome. So let's just go quickly through how many calls you made, if you booked any meetings, or anything else you want to mention.
I'll go. I gotta jump right at one part, but let me refresh my Launch Connect. I made 179 dials, had 10 conversations, 2 absolute off the top ropes. I was straddled and they, pile drive me. Oof. That was a tough day. But yeah, 179, 10 conversations, 0 demos booked.
Those were tough calls, Gavin. Like,
No,
you should be proud of yourself for just making it through.
Think about it. Those were electric. Like, wow, those were tough.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
super awesome for you to join us again. I think you're also going to be on next week, so I guess we'll see you then. Awesome.
I'll see you guys.
That's
Tim,
awesome.
Jake, nice meeting you guys.
Nice job, man.
You as well.
Tim, how many calls did you end up making?
Yeah, so I got to 125 calls. I had 4 conversations, 1 meeting booked and 1 referral, and 2 people who didn't want to hear from me again, which is okay.
Yeah. Tis the cold calling life. And Jake, how about you?
So I didn't make very many calls. No excuses, though. I should have done better. I think I only had 2 connects, maybe 20, 25 calls total. One was just not the best contact. And then the second one was good. And we were able to get an appointment set on the calendar. So I'm going to talk to him next week.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been super fun, and I'll probably end up bothering you to be back on another episode. So you'll be hearing from me on LinkedIn.
Please do. And that's a wolf, not a panther, just for the record. My cousin painted that for me for my birthday.
Nice. It does kind of look like a panther from
it does
from the webcam.
Maybe it's because my hair blocks it and
yeah.
it gives it a panther-esque vibe. I don't know. But
nice.
Thank you guys. Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.